I've been working on a presentation to give to students at the American College of Healthcare Executives Congress in March in Chicago. And it's about developing your personal brand. And that's very important in thinking of yourself as a brand. I work a lot in healthcare, and it's very hard for healthcare workers to grasp that. After all, they think, hey, we put others first. But I'm also trying to expand my blog to give more general boomer information, but still related to the people I care about, those caregivers out there who are taking care of mom and dad, raising kids themselves. A lot of my boomer friends are unemployed, and yet they're facing all these other circumstances. They're unemployed in a tight economy, facing younger workers who will work for less. And it's becoming very competitive out there. And so you need to stand out. And that's why boomer job seekers should really think about themselves as having a brand identity. And what I'm saying as we start a new year, think about yourself for a little bit and your own brand. Because when you do, it's going to change how you go about your job. Jim Rohn, a famous coach and speaker, once said, if you work hard at a job, you can make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can build a fortune. Now, when you look at yourself as a brand, it puts you miles ahead of everybody else because you're consciously and maybe unconsciously going to act different, speak different, project yourself differently. You're probably going to deliver a better experience to those you care for, which is going to reflect on you, on your employer, on the satisfaction of the customer. So it really does come full circle. If you think your brand doesn't matter as a person, think about this Tiger Woods fiasco of the last couple months. The companies who he represents in advertising, their stock right after this happened lost between $5 to $12 billion. So there's three parts of you, the brand. First, it's having a position, then packaging yourself, and then promoting yourself. Just like a brand, right? Just like Coke or Pepsi. So what does it mean to have a position? You know, brands have a certain promise or a trust, a commitment to performance or quality, a perceived value. You know, why do we pay $3 to $5 for a cup of coffee at Starbucks? Because we perceive the value to be greater because of a lot of combining factors. You go to Starbucks to network, to do business, internet connections, the atmosphere, standing for something. It means understanding trends, anticipating what's next, thinking about what you're going to do with your career, whether it's invent a new process, thinking about what people want they don't have now, what do they complain about, what problems are not solved, what needs are not met. If you could start looking at how you can solve some of that, you will differentiate yourself. You will have a position that matters. Now once you do that, that's great. But now you got to package it up. You know? People size you up before you ever even open your mouth. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you present yourself. You know, it's kind of interesting. When Martha Stewart came out of prison, she was wearing that poncho, which was interesting because it basically said, look at me. I'm back on top. I bonded with the prisoners. I can pluck style out of anywhere. So what's your look? I happen to have a look that basically this is it. The mock turtleneck. Sometimes with a jacket, sometimes without. Sometimes long sleeves, sometimes not. People kind of recognize me for that. They also recognize my white hair. It's natural. But people come up to me all the time. Do I know you? And of course my wife says, it's the white hair. My wife also tells me I never met a mirror I didn't like when it comes to this idea of brand and brand promotion. When you speak, what do you have to say? Are you a good listener? Even your work environment gives clues to others about you, the brand. What does your desk communicate about your interests, your passions, your values? Even your business tools, what you bring to meetings. And then, of course, you have to market yourself, right? Now, there's a lot of ways to do that. The key to it, of course, is networking. In future vlogs, I'll talk about some of these things, but you might want to look into mastermind groups, what they are, how to form one. We'll also talk a lot more about your online presence because it's important. It really is important. And the thing is, it needs to be consistent. Now, one part of my brand, of course, is you notice when I do these vlogs, I have guitars back here. I am a performer and a singer. And so one of the things that I become known for in my keynotes is putting song into my performances. So, for example, for this keynote for students, I actually changed the song I was using before for people my own age to a younger song. Hey! 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 Wanna talk about you? You heard me right. You're the only one gonna make your light shine bright. You're a brand, you have no peer. Package it up, promote without fear, 'cause it's you. They need to hear about you. I wanna talk about you. Don't leave anything to chance. How your network speak, dress, walk around, take a stance. You're a brand, you have no fear. Tell me all the things that you hold dear, 'cause it's you. They need to hear about you. They need to hear about you. They need to hear about you. Hey! You kind of get the idea, right? But I'll finish it for you in case you're wondering what the rest of the lyrics sound like. You need to talk about you. You need to talk in sound bites. Can't do that, try a blog if you can write. No whimpering in my ear. Stand up from the rest so we can hear about you. We need to hear about you. We need to hear about you. We need to hear about you. Hey! Hey! Alright, until next time, this is Anthony Cirillo. Remember, develop your personal brand.